Namaskar, this is Kiran Mutha. In the current event of global epidemic due to COVID-19, Hindu Swayamsevak Sangha is leading the efforts in the forefront for the relief of COVID-19 in Americas. Today, we have with us Dr. Mandar Patekar, who is from Peoria and Seva Pramukh of Hindu Swayamsevak Sangha to talk more about the relief efforts coordinated by Hindu Swayamsevak Sangha in America. So welcome, Dr. Mandar Patekar ji.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
That's wonderful. So we have heard about Hindu Swayamsevak Sangha. What is this HSS Seva?
So, as you know, Hindu Swayamsevak Sangha is a social and cultural organization which strives to develop strong character and leadership skills. Part of this is the inculcation of the philosophy of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, means the whole creation is a family. And the practical manifestation of this principle is seva and service of the fellow life forms. So not just humans, all the life forms.
So is this the first time have you been working related to some relief or other kind of activities?
So every unit of HSS is called a Shakha. And as part of the Shakha, we meet every week. And every week we think about what not only we develop mental, physical, and spiritual aspect, but we also do problem solving. And a part of the problem solving is seva. So before the current disaster, we have been doing periodic seva for many, many years since our formation. So as we say, what we do is we just don't do service, but we use service as a way of teaching our Swayamsevaks. Our members are called Swayamsevaks. So every Shakha does seva as a method of teaching Swayamsevaks how to do effective and efficient seva and get the seva bhav or the seva feeling on the forefront of their daily existence. Some of the example of activities we do is adopt a highway, where we adopt a stretch of highway which we clean 3 or 4 times a year. We also feed people at homeless shelters periodically. We do clothes drives, we do necessity drives, we do tutoring. One of our other flagship program is tutoring in a underserved area every weekend, which we have been doing for close to 7 to 8 years.
Considering the global effect of COVID-19, what is the scale of relief work or community work you have undertaken in the recent time?
As you correctly said, that most of our programs are of short duration. That is because they are meant to teach people and make them ready when such disaster like COVID-19 pandemic strikes. So most of our seva programs are preparatory programs for preparing for real thing. So in terms of
preparatory program, do you prepare your Swayamsevaks or your volunteers for any type of these activity? Other than doing this program, do you provide them any specific training?
Yes. So we are very organized in terms of training for seva. So we teach our Swayamsevaks stepwise thinking. Number 1 is recognizing a local need. Number 2, feeling empathy for that need. People see needs all the time and just look at it and walk on. Our Swayamsevaks feel empathy. They feel something in their heart when they see a need. Then they conceptualize the solution, and then they think about getting resources in terms of material resources and people. Finally, they implement the remedy, but that's not the end. We also teach our Swayamsevaks to analyze the whole process so that next time it becomes much better. And all this while thinking that seva is a natural attribute of a human being. And this is not done for profit, glory, or any afterlife.
So you are giving something to society without promising anything in the return, if that's correct.
Yes, because this is what we are. Every human being, that is, it's like just like a lion roars, an eagle flies, a human is compassionate.
Okay, that's an interesting analogy to hear. But when again coming back to the COVID-19 program, you are serving this community, but with these type of trainings, what are the specific areas you are serving in?
Right now, just to give you the example, just to give you the scale of our work, we have shakhas or branches in about 32 states, and of them, 27 states are actively working for helping people to counter the effects of COVID-19. And this is what I have. And most of us Swayamsevaks are so busy, they might not actually report what they're doing till few months after these activities are done. At least 1,500 volunteers are working. I'm saying at least because right now we are busy working. So people are not collecting data. They are just acting on, and working for solutions. In terms of what data I have collected, as what we have done, for meals, like when I'm calculating meals that have been cooked or meals that have been ordered or fundraising which has been done to give meals, we have 160,000 meals given till date. We have also made more than 1,500 masks, homemade cloth masks. And I don't know exactly how many masks we bought and gave to the needy people. These are just examples. And there are innumerable examples of people delivering food to needy neighbors, caring for the children or the people who are sick, and many forth. So I just give you some examples. We also have done cash fundraising and food bank replenishment. Most of the food banks are running low because people are not working, they are not having salaries, and the food bank reserves is very low. So we are doing food drives on apartment complexes by apartment complexes level, not citywide, because we want solutions now. That's why, and
So,
there are
so
multiple
in
ways.
America, there is a majority population of Indian citizens, or if people from Indian origin living in different cities. Is there an effort to reach out and help every Indian origin people in Americas, or are you even targeting going beyond that population?
So this question is very interesting because we are mobilizing the uh, Hindus for performing seva, but the recipients of our seva is everybody. Our activity is not um, targeted towards just helping Hindus. As you see, we supply food to the food bank. Most of the people who go to the food bank to collect food are non-Hindus. Similarly, most of the meals which we have given are to people who work in the hospital, for the police, for the fire department, and for the poor people. So the beneficiaries of all the SEBA activities are mostly, almost, I'm just guessing now, but 95 to 99% non-Hindus. But we are reaching all the Hindus. We're trying to reach as many as possible to mobilize them. And for many of us, this is our adopted country, and we have to pay back. Whichever country Hindus live, they make that country better. And this is a manifestation of that.
That is interesting. You're trying to reach out to the every section of society, but who are you working with? Are you also working with other like-minded organizations who are India origin, or who are also, so you have a recipient base which is outside Indian population, but do you also have a collaborative base or a volunteer base which is outside Indian population too?
Oh yeah. So we have mobilized all the, what we say as dharma and seva minded organizations. Now I use the word Hindu in a very broad term. So we have reached out to the Sikhs, we have reached out to the Buddhists. So any dharma organizations, and even if you are a Nastik, even if you are atheist, you are welcome. We do not exclude anybody from our organization if they believe in seva and dharma. Now, organizations which are working actively with us are AIM for Seva from Swami Dayananda Saraswati, Seva International, the Om School, innumerable local temples, multiple linguistic and cultural organizations, and so forth. But we also locally collaborate with the local organizations because they have the penetration to reach the local people. So the beneficiaries are found through the local organizations. Like an example, and in my town, I live in Peoria, Illinois, there is a very nice organization called Neighborhood House. So we work with them to provide food. Like tomorrow, we are cooking in my house food for 60 people and taking the food over for feeding them lunch.
So
Similarly,
this is an interesting question, Mandaji. So you are working so foods, which is differs across different uh, segment of the society. As an Indian, we are used to eat a different type of food, while in an American context, you might have a different food. So when you are serving the food for uh, a different section of society, what kind of food are you cooking?
so we give food to people what they like, not we want them to eat. But many of these people who are from an economically backward, socioeconomic uh, background, they never have opportunity to eat Indian food. So in addition to the mainstream American food, we put in some Indian items for them so they can taste that. And if they like it, maybe next time we'll have an all Indian buffet for them.
That is really interesting. So you are giving an Indian flavor or Indian fusion to American food, if I
Yes,
understand it.
there are some small few dishes, not, but most of it is American food because that's what they eat and that's what they want.
Okay, so now you are reaching out to lower income groups. You are reaching out to medical professionals with the PPE equipment. You are also doing fundraising. So whom are you planning to reach out with that fundraising, Mandaji?
So for fundraising, we try to reach mostly people of Indian origin, and yeah, because the local Americans are doing their own fundraising, so we are targeting, and many of the Indian population are not reached by the local organizations. So for fundraising, we try to primarily reach people of Indian origin, many who are prominent in the society, and also the standard everyday people. But if somebody else, if I have a friend who is not Indian and he hears about my work, I'm open to take his money and help. And we actually, in our previous fundraising for Seva Diwali activities, lots of funds actually came from local Americans because over time, I'm in America for 27 years and have many, actually, most of my friends are Americans and they know what activities they do. And they freely join HSS activities wearing HSS t shirts and saying, we are HSS volunteers because they know this is a good thing.
Okay, this is interesting. We are approaching towards end of our interview. I have two more important questions in this segment. When, as an organization, when you work for any cause, your reach might be limited because of the constraint you might have. You might have limited reach of your organization. You might have limited resources. But the better way to help others is to collaborate with different organizations. So, any idea how many organizations you are collaborating with now? And the other important questions on that is how many times your reach has magnified because of this collaboration?
Yes. So in America, we are collaborating with any organization who needs our help. And we have, HSS has developed a reputation that we show up on time, put in all the effort, and stay behind even after the work is done to pick up the trash and fold the chairs. That's why people like to love to work with us. Um, as an example, the number of organizations we are working with right now is Seva International, which is a huge organization, multi-million dollar organization. Aim for Seva, which has more than 52 chapters, I think. And we are working with almost every major temple in America and many linguistic organizations like Telugu organization, Marathi organization, Gujarati Samaj, Punjabi, and there are so many languages and so many organizations, but people freely and lovingly work with us because our working with us has a very interesting aspect is that like most of our Hindu brethren, we do not seek any glory or any profit from this.
Okay, and then how many times your fold has increased, reach your increased?
That is kind of difficult to say, but must be at
That
least
is fine.
100.
So if you can give kind of a snapshot of how many states you have been working in. You told 78, 77, 28, 27 states,
Yes.
but how many people you have reached to? How much money approximately you have raised by now?
Now, when we say, okay, so HSS has approximately 1,500 to 2,000 volunteers, 1,500 volunteers. Now, when we counted the meals, which this is some of it is guesswork, because at some places we have donated money for buying this many meals to a local organization. So about 150 to 160,000 meals have been served. So assuming that some of the people have come again and again, but at least 100,000 people have somehow benefited by existence of Sangha.
That's a very big number, Mandarji. Now, we are almost to the end of our interview. And what I would like to understand is Seva Diwali is one of your flagship programs. You have collaborated with multiple organizations in Seva Diwali. Has that helped you to grow up here, collaborating with different organizations here? And we will do a different segment on Seva Diwali for sure, because that's not a 2 minutes thing as it is so big program. But I would like to understand how that Seva Diwali helped you in collaborating with different organizations here, and how you plan to utilize that collaboration in the future.
So many organizations, many Indo-centric or Dharma and, as I said, Seva organizations do food drives. Now, since we have been doing food drive for many years, we have kind of developed a knack for that. We have also realized that if people come together, we motivate each other, and this really helps, because when the single organization does, it's limited to its members, and then they have to ask others. But if we bring as many organizations as possible together under the same umbrella, and with the feeling that none of us are leading the effort, everybody is in this together, every organization is equally important. What we do is we just bring everybody in the room, and everybody works together without anybody trying to seek the spotlight. And with this, year after year, the relationship, the atmiyata, that's the word we use, atmiyata, means it's selfness. So selfness between different organizations improves every year. And then when things like COVID-19 happen, all you have to do is do one phone call and people are ready to help. Hopefully, we don't have anything like this again, but if it does, the Atmiyata which we have built with all these organizations working towards a common benefit fit for the entire humanity will be useful for years to come.
I absolutely agree with you, Mandaji. We don't expect to have something difficult like this coming in the future, but you can definitely utilize the network you have built or the consortium of organizations you have built across the years through different programs like Seva Diwali for doing some better activities or towards the betterment of the society. I wish you and your organization very best. Stay safe and keep helping the community. Dhanyawad.
Dhanyawad.